planets align. Our time is falling. Whenever it feels right. Whenever it feels right. Don't need to make a bar, something you can't enjoy, because of heaven and hell, a fucking white hell.
The third point is about teeth. Onisian claims that carnivores have all sharp teeth with no flat molars, whilst our teeth are not all sharp and we do have flat molars. Well, the point is immediately null in the fact that many, if not most, carnivorous animals don't even have teeth, including all birds of prey, and all arachnids, like this one that actually eats birds. But for the moment, let's just talk about animals with teeth. Now, the carnivores I think he is thinking about when he makes the claim that carnivores have no flat molar teeth do in fact have molars. They just aren't as flat as ours because their jaw is built exclusively for meat. But if you have a dog, you've probably seen they work just as well when chewing on a stick, which they do in the side of their mouth because that's where the molars are. Also, I once witnessed my own dog eat a whole apple. If he didn't have molars, he couldn't have done it. Either way, we're not exclusive meat eaters, we're omnivores. Wouldn't it be ridiculous to expect an omnivore to not have the ability to chew everything we're built to eat? That's why our dental structure is more like the pig. Human and pig molars are often very difficult to tell apart. In fact, archaeologists have been fooled in the past, leading to all amounts of creationist glee, conveniently forgetting that it was the scientific method that discovered the mistake and corrected it in the first place, because that's what science does. But moving along. If Onisian is right that our teeth make us herbivores, then pigs must be herbivores too. As for the sharp front teeth, our front teeth are sharp, but what we lack is large distinctive canines. But what does that really say? Gorillas have very large canines, but they are strict herbivores. These canines are by and large defensive, while the common chimpanzee has much smaller canines and eats meat any chance it gets. It also has flat molars, just like us, yet it's perfectly capable of chewing meat because it's designed to be omnivorous. The fourth point is certainly the most ridiculous, is claws. First of all, no apes have claws, regardless of their diet. And in case you're not counting, yes, we are apes. And that's why we don't have claws. It may interest you to know that we don't have hooves either. And try as I did, I couldn't find any non-herbivores that had hooves, though I wouldn't rule it out. The fact is, you have to go pretty far back to find any living relatives that actually have claws. You're looking at things like the marmot and the tamarin, and guess what? Both are herbivores. Here are three more, all carnivores, no claws. Here are three more, all herbivores, with claws. It's just silly. While claws most certainly will always affect a creature's diet, this useful tool clearly has a myriad of purposes, and many of which have absolutely nothing to do with carnivorism. Point 5 is paws, and the claim that only herbivores have paws. Well, let's just clear up a few things first, shall we? A paw is a hole. Lots of things have paws. Sponges have paws, whether you're talking about synthetic kitchen sponges or organic sea sponges. Sharks have canal paws that are a part of their lateral line scent system. Many invertebrates, like worms and insects, have gonopores, which are used for sexual reproduction. Earthworms are hermaphrodites, and each of them have the same duct through which genetic information flows. But if we're talking about the cooling system exclusively, then we can immediately rule out all cold-blooded creatures because they rely on outside influences to control their temperature and have no need for an internal cooling system. Also, birds are out because they branched out from reptiles before this system was in place and have not since evolved it on their own. This leaves us with just mammals. Once again, primates serve to screw this up because the fact that while all primates have paws, they do not all have the same dietary habits. The fact is, Onisian's whole argument is non sequitur. It's just claim after claim of points that do not logically lead to his conclusion. It's like if you come across a structure that's made of bricks, and you think to yourself, houses are made of bricks, therefore this must be a house. This of course does not take into account the many other things that bricks are used for. It could be something similar, like a church or a castle. It could be something completely different, like a wall or a kiln. It's made even worse by the fact that it's not even true that all houses are made of bricks. Some are made of wood, and some of metal. It's worse still by the fact that you haven't even determined what type of brick it is. It could be a Lego brick or a brick of cocaine. Life is, however, not a house. Life is complex and ever-changing, and even if you could make these sorts of claims today, there's no guarantee they'd still be true tomorrow. If you're interested in the optimum, healthy, balanced diet, I promise you it's not as simple as cut out the meat. We are complicated machines, and for better or worse, have evolved the ability to be able to eat a wide variety of food, but also with the intelligence to make the decision for ourselves. So if you want to live on just meat, do it. If you want to be a vegan, do that. Hell, you can eat human fetuses, and I'm sure you wouldn't have been the first to have done it. In the end, you have to make that moral decision for yourself. But if you want to optimize your diet, see a dietitian. Don't listen to this asshole, and don't listen to me because I honestly have no idea. But the one thing I do know for sure is that we are built to be able to consume meat, and we are most certainly and decisively not herbivores. That just about wraps it up. Thank you everyone for listening. Fuck you everybody, good night.